Oh, my nose.
We're doing the thing. Let me bring that
Oh,
closer. There we go. That's a little louder. We're
I'm
doing the
doing the thing.
thing.
I'm doing the seasonal allergy thing. Does that count? I fed you. I even showed you where your food was. Don't morale at me, ma'am.
Jen saying, "Hey, what is this Shenanigans, a live podcast in the evening on the Thursday?"
Crazy pants
Gremlins ate
people
the
are we?
episode.
We're not talking about it because I'm still miffed at the computer.
Gremlins demanded a live, and that's all we're gonna say about it. Technology sucks some days.
In traditional Jocelyn manner, I made the IT help guys go, "What? Can you even break a thing that way?" And for me to go, "Yep,
It's
sure can.
yeah,
If your
it's
name is
magical.
Jocelyn, I have a skill set."
Anyways, so we're doing a live, which would be
I'm
great because we're
alive
like recording again in like
on
3 days.
Sunday.
So Um, the progress from last week to this week is going to be big, and the progress from this week to next week is going to be
Be
small.
small. Good thing we have a Saturday movie thing happening
That's
because I
true. I was
feel
just
like
having that thought. That's prime
that's
crafting
gonna be
time.
a prime
That's
crafting
prime
time.
crafting time. I don't feel obligated to do yard work when it's literally almost 30 degrees out.
You,
Yeah. We're
yo,
having we're having first summer right now, and it's not
gross,
going to chill out until Monday.
gross.
Yeah, it's a bit toasty. I went and bought myself a lounge chair today. I was gonna go buy a hammock. I was so
Okay,
set I was gonna buy a hammock,
Ermic.
but
Okay,
all of the hammocks that they still had in stock were the like really expensive ones, and I'm like, I don't need a $600 hammock. I was hoping to get like
that's a
a
bit
$50
much.
hammock and like $100 stand, but
Yeah,
those weren't in stock. So I got a $50 lounge chair. It's a zero gravity lawn chair or some such nonsense, whatever. It's a lawn chair that goes basically flat.
it's a lounge chair.
Yeah. So I bought a
You'll be
$50
fine.
lounge chair instead.
That's fair. That's fair.
I tested it
Uh,
briefly. It's gonna be.
I'm going to sneeze a bunch because I've been outside today.
Bless you.
Because air is now trying to kill me. Welcome to spring. Guys, I wish it was illness. It would go away if it was illness. Heck, I've suffered with these allergies for over 30 years. Long COVID, shorter.
That's just so depressing.
I gotta be blowing my nose a lot, guys. It is what it is. We've reached that time of year. And unfortunately, until everything dies in the fall, this is what it is.
Well, then you get all the dust. Then the
Yeah,
heaters turn
which
on and you get all the dust.
I have no break. There's no break for Jocelyn. Jocelyn just can't breathe all the time.
Oh,
Before
seriously,
anybody
I need one of
offers in the
those.
comments, I do the things. Don't
I know you
worry.
do the things. Can confirm you do the things.
Nobody is going to suggest something that I haven't already tried or don't already have in
Can
my
confirm.
repertoire.
Can confirm.
It's like it's like when people offer me advice on how to fix my vision. Trust me, I know more than you do
I
about my
imagine that's
vision
something
loss.
you've researched extensively.
There are specialists who might know more than me about my specific if it's a field they study.
But
Don't
like the number of
worry.
people that know more than you about the thing that you have is not
Usually pretty
many.
small.
It's a small
Pretty
number.
it's pretty small. But that, I mean, that goes the same for anybody. Like if it's something that you are personally dealing with, I, as an outsider, I'm going to know way less than you do. Way less than you do. Because I don't deal with it day in and day out. I just don't. Do I even
Sherry's
want to
like,
know?
can't you just decide not to have allergies and see better?
Oh my god, yeah. That'd be great.
Obviously, we'll just decide that. I will also decide not to have allergies.
Oh yeah. Listen, if I was offered a trade off from one of the two, I would actually continue going blind and have no allergies. I would honestly rather be able to breathe than see.
Breathing is sort of critical.
I can live without the vision. It's not fun, but I can do it. But just I'm told people use their nostrils to breathe. I've only ever been able to breathe through my nose twice in my life, and both times I had an oxygen thing up my nose.
Ooh. Hey, maybe when you get older, you can just have that at home oxygen system. Like,
I think I'll be able to
Prime
breathe
breathing.
then. Prime breathing life, 80 plus. I'm looking forward to it. Got 20 plus, some 30 plus, 40 years. Got 40 years to go. Got 40, a little over 40 years to go. Then it's an air machine all the way, guys. I'll be able to breathe great. I'll name mine something weird, like my grandmother named hers before she passed. Her portable air machine was called Hernando. I said, that's
Why?
grandma. She wanted to name it Hernando.
Okay.
Why not? People name their chest. People name all sorts of inanimate objects. Why not your air machine?
Yeah, fair. Fair, fair.
Grandma got Hernando. She's like, yep, he's charged and ready to go. I'm like, okay, then let's go. There's shopping to be done. Why wouldn't you? That makes sense to me. Men name their swords. People name all sorts of inanimate objects. So why not an air machine? All right. Gremlins and the machines besides, let's do a podcast, shall we?
Yes, let's begin this thing.
All right, guys. Welcome to the Northern Knits podcast. We're two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and tuck everything in between. This is episode 266, and my name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is.
Diana.
Despite being a Thursday evening, we're going to try to keep this relatively succinct, noting that I had thank you to the mysterious Patreon person who bought me a bag of coffee and there was leftover money, so I got sweets and things. Today's diet has consisted of 2 spelt cinnamon buns for the tall grass prairie, a brownie, and 1 Starbucks hazelnut coconut mocha macchiato with real caffeine.
So you're just zooming.
So much.
We've passed vibe and you're zooming.
I have enough sugar and caffeine in my system to cause Diana to crash and have a 6-hour nap. I'm getting towards peak levels. I need real food to balance that out, so I'm gonna make something
You're gonna
after.
ascend soon.
It gives me wings, which is fine because it's Thursday, which means I have Critical Role tonight. So the fact that I'm going to be up till 1 in the morning, super legit. And the mysterious Mr. B is coming over tomorrow night to play video games, or play video games, to play board games after work. He doesn't go to bed before midnight, so
Mm-hmm.
this is a perfectly legit sleep cycle for the next 2 days for me. So I'm drinking water.
Yes, so for that first segment, what's in our cup? I
What's in
have
our
an
cup?
interesting thing. When we recorded this last time, you had the interesting thing and I had water. So
I feel like after that much caffeine, I need some aqua.
I got one of those fancy, expensive juices. Um, it was
Don't
hack
knock
days
those.
at work this
Is
week,
it like a
and
cold press juice?
yeah,
I love cold
it is
pressed
a
juices.
it's a cold pressed juice, beet blast. It contains apple,
Beets?
beet, and lemon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
god, that
very
sounds
red.
amazing. That sounds amazing. Because we got the green, what is it, the green carrot here?
Yes.
Yeah, and they do cold pressed juices, and oh my god, they are worth
Yeah, this
every
one's the
penny.
Fit Juice Co.
You find a good cold pressed juice, it's worth every penny. It's so good,
Anyway,
so good.
it was hack days, and part of that was there's a food perk each day, so I used my food perk one of the days to get some of the fancy juices.
Hmm.
I just can't justify $8 for a juice, you know?
I can. You know why? Because it's tasty and really good for you. And since juices are naturally sugared, you really shouldn't be having them every day anyway.
It smells earthy.
I don't know. I'm so excited. Is it good? Is it something I need to order? They're all ingredients I like. The apple for the sweetness, the beet for the red and the earthy, and the lemonade for that little bit of zest. The lemon for the
It's
zest.
a little bit earthier than I might like, but it's not bad.
Okay, good, good.
Chat says you're vrooming, by the way.
I am actually talking at my natural speed. I'm not slowing down because I'm caffeinated, so I that's not a thing I can do right now. This is the speed at which I normally talk to my mother. Or Diana. She can tell you this is pretty much my normal speed. The only difference is you'll see me twitching. That's how Diana knows I've got caffeine in my system because I can't sit still.
Mm-hmm. This is gonna be fun.
Otherwise, she can confirm I actually just talk this fast naturally. I tend to try to remember to slow my speech patterns down. I've been visiting with Aaron all afternoon, and now I'm visiting with you guys, which is Diana. So this is Jocelyn au naturel because there's too much sugar to slow down.
This is rooming.
It's
Cool threads. We had some cool threads. Do you
my
remember them?
moonbow cardigan goes outside when I run garbage errands, and occasionally when I go to Hudson Bagel in the morning for bagels once a week and a bagel sandwich.
Bagels.
Which, by the way, we've been planning your visit for the
Oh,
Manitoba Fiber
okay.
Festival.
Yeah.
I hope you're
All
coming
right.
because we have a schedule.
It's not even until September. Let's have summer first.
Well, I mean, we have to accidentally fall into Stella's when you land. And then we have to, accidentally go smell fiber and help Erin set up her booth and
Well,
see
yeah.
alpacas and accidentally get a Hudson bagel for breakfast in the morning at one point. And things have got to happen.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So many things.
So many things. It's
uh,
it's because we were planning the trip to the Edmonton Fiber Frolic today. So
mm.
actually have a semi plan going on, which is about all the plan either one of the two of us want. A
It's most of a
vague
plan.
idea,
That's the
most of a
outline of
plan.
a plan.
The important thing is we know when to book the hotel room for.
Very important.
And
Alice is asking, are there any festivals before the September one?
not in Manitoba. It's like
I
a
think the only other
dry
one,
spell
the only
between
other one
Ontario
we
and
ever went to,
Saskatchewan.
there was one at that community center, but that was in like
Yep.
January.
Yeah, that was a Norwood Naughty Knitters January
And
frolic, and then there's like one in the summer, but it has. I mean, obviously, we are still in a pandemic, guys. There was one that was in a small town, one that happened in the midsummer that went to Brandon the one year, and then they were going to come back and not be in Brandon, but we didn't go to it, and then pandemic. So the only real big one left in Manitoba is the Manitoba Fiber Festival, which if you're willing to do the drive or the fly and stuff, there's a bunch that happen in Saskatchewan and Alberta and BC over the summer, and a ton in Ontario. And I know there's a couple out on the East Coast as well too. But Manitoba really just has the one. Yeah.
okay. Sherry says, you better have factored me into the Fiber Frolic plans.
Yeah. Listen,
Okay,
I
good.
sales pitched why we needed to have a hotel that had a pool because pools come with hot tubs, and you just think about working on the sales floor for a whole day and packing up. I don't know what my cat ate, but she's super excited right now. She's literally like a crazy person. Erin's looking at me. She's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because you soak in the hot tub. Post Fiber Festival hot tub soak." And really, why would you stay in a hotel if it doesn't have a swimming pool or a hot tub? They serve no purpose otherwise.
Other than, a place to sleep?
No, it has to have a pool and a hot tub. Otherwise, it's not a complete hotel. My mother raised me right. It's like, well, some of them have continental breakfasts. What am I going to do with a continental breakfast?
Fair. I personally don't care if it has a pool because I don't go swimming, so
Hot tub.
Hot tub. I do see the argument for hot tub. Also, jacuzzi tub. Hot tub and or jacuzzi tub.
Jacuzzi tub. Yeah, those are both good things. So I put the request in. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm in a hotel with a hot tub and I have a reason to take my swimsuit. Yeah. I just think it makes so much sense because we're gonna set up on Friday evening. Well, we have till 7 o'clock Friday evening to finish our setup, and then visit and do stuff in the evening. But like Saturday day is the festival, and then we're packing up because we drive home on Sunday, right? So we have the full day festival, then we have a pack up, and then nothing till we leave Sunday morning. That is the perfect hot tub order and food time.
Yes.
No people, no
Agree.
bras.
Agree.
You can just sit and have unhealthy food and knit and chill.
That sounds really great.
Is that just not a great way? Because then you need that rest before you start doing stuff. What are you doing, Kat? She's literally running around like a mad woman. Because my mom has booked us to help move stones. I don't know what stones she's talking about or where I'm moving them, but I'm apparently moving rocks.
fun. Guess you
Okay.
have to pay for your stay somehow.
Just needs help moving rucksack. I have no problems helping my mom set a thing. And she's got places she wants to take care of. So we have to visit for 2 or 3 days and then we can come home to Manitoba.
Of course.
It should be good fun. And we were trying to figure out how we're going to stick that Treadle Singer Victorian sewing machine in the back of Aaron's hatchback to drive it home.
You'll figure it out. Or strap something to the roof. I don't know. You'll figure it out.
We have a plan. Air quotes intended.
Plan.
Plan. It should be fine. It should be fine. We sort of kind of semi puzzled it out.
Should. The plan should be fine.
Oh boy. The important things is we called mom and we told her when we were coming in and leaving. So she knows when there's extra people in the house to feed.
Very important.
Important mom information.
Mm-hmm.
And once we've confirmed hotels and stuff, we book Sherry for things and stuff. So stuff is a happen. I guys, if the sound's being picked up, I literally don't know what she's playing, but she's making a whole heck of a lot of noise. It's gotta be a paper bag of some sort.
Ooh,
I also don't have the heart to tell her no, because she doesn't play very often, and I want her to play when she's got the energy for it. Because she's fat.
She's a creature of lounging and luxury.
She is. That's why it makes total sense to me on the Instagram reels whenever they do the my dear, I do not dream of what is it, work and I do not dream of work and labor. I only dream of leisure, and it's always a cat face, which makes total sense to me. Oh, I do not dream of work. I don't. I'll find the reel, guys. It's an older one, so it was popular a while ago, so it's harder for me to remember because I haven't seen it as often. And if I'm honest, I fell down the rabbit hole of watching every single one of those ones with the guy who pretends he's the different dog breeds doing stuff.
Oh no.
It's so cute. It's just scenarios, and then it's got the name of the dog breed above what he is, and the dog's reaction based off dogs' personalities, right? They're just cute. They're just cute. So good. I like Instagram Reels. They're fun places. I like Diana's Instagram Reels.
Well, they're not good enough to put on TikTok where the Gen Zs hang out and like they'd actually like judge me for not being cool and like but like Instagram Reels is like it's the place, it's the niche. It's good.
Don't worry. There has been discussion of getting me with my cane rolling the sewing machine through the hotel lobby because it's gonna have to live in the hotel room.
Yes, please.
I'm like, yeah, that has to happen. I need
that montage. Also, the weird looks that people give you.
I need to find the music for that montage. Oh, so good. So good. But I don't know. You have some cool threads. You had to do a hack days. So you were wearing your Steenkrieger.
Indeed, yes. I had to convey in 5 seconds or less that I'm a knitter, so...
Knitted sweater
fancy
will do
sweater.
that. Mm-hmm.
Which is not the video game sweater, because all the fancy stuff on the video game sweater doesn't show up in the video call, because like from shoulders up, it's just like one by one color work, and nobody really notices that. So, yeah. Steenkrieger? I don't know.
Steenkrieger.
Is it a Stein or a Steen?
I think it's a Steinkrieger. It's Stone Warrior. Let's go with the English word. We can do that one sometimes.
But Soxy Nana Alice was asking, or was saying, I would love to do a meetup at the Manitoba Fiber Festival with everyone this year. Would be
absolutely. I think that'd be amazing. Let's make some plans. I think that'd be great. The goal is to hopefully have Diana for the weekend. It's not hard to find me at fiber festivals. If I'm there, I'm usually with Fireweed Fiber Co. I'm usually helping at Aaron's booth.
I'll be around. I'm going to do my absolute best to be around. I'm not doing DEF CON this year, so I have extra time to do other things like fiber festivals. Yeah,
which will be good. Slowly but surely, we have to work on the safe travel and working up and waiting for things to continue to pan out. So there's a bunch of questions and stuff. I'm not doing it city. I can't do Mid City. Yeah.
Maybe
So
next year.
maybe. Well, it'll be one of those ones that, depending on how the winter goes, like saving up for it then becomes a feasible option if we're not doing too bad. One step at a time.
Yep.
It's a thing.
Um, okay, shall we talk about knitting? It's a
Sure,
knitting podcast after all. I'm not even
it
knitting right
is.
now. What am I doing with my life?
I'm knitting.
I am apparently not knitting. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I'm going to drink some juice.
I don't know what you're doing with your life either, but memory serves, you have four things. I have five things, so we get to trade off.
We do indeed.
Crazy pants. Crazy pants. All right.
Not a beet fan.
Four. Beets are a particular flavor. Not everyone's into them.
Yeah.
My favorite type of beet is a pickled beet.
Pickled beets. I do like pickled beets.
I like pickled beets. So, when we recorded on Sunday, I was at the heel of a shorty sock. And the stripy sock, I finished.
You finished a whole sock. Nice.
I was here on Sunday when we recorded. So I just did the heel, and it's a shorty, so it doesn't take that long. And a little thing. So I have a half done object, and my first striped sock is completed.
It's
So
so
this
cute.
is oh, it's so adorable. It is. I have two skeins of minis, one pink, actually two pink and two orange minis, and the Celestial Temple color sock colorway from Fireweed Fiber Co., which I then just manually striped the Celestial Temple and the pink up the length of the sock with contrast toe, heel, and cuff because I have 40 grams worth of minis. And for me, for my sock and foot size, the only way to get toe, heel, and cuff in two socks, this isn't even a full 2 inches, guys. This is only like an inch. I need two minis to do it. One mini is not enough.
Hmm.
One mini is not enough. So, well, yes, I could technically trade out at the toe and not have as much of like not have a full toe color coverage. I like if it's going to be a contrast toe, it's a contrast toe.
Just contrast the whole toe.
Just contrast the whole toe. So that's what I did. So I have half of a set of shorties, which is good because I this is a tall shorty, which is fine. That's kind of like so it's going to live on the blocker till the next one is done, which is about all the blocking I do for socks. They sort of live on the foot blocker for a while. They go on my feet. Yeah.
It's
So,
close enough.
so that's done. I have not casted on the second sock yet. I was going to do that tonight. I might do it later. So, man, it's a thing.
All right. I also have a half finished object. I finished a sock. I finished one of the Reps and Rest socks. Ta-da! It is also a
Yeah.
short sock. Focus on the sock, not on my face. Anyway, so that's the Reps and Rest socks by Nikki Knits
Mm-hmm.
out of some Manos del Uruguay Allegria or Algria
Yeah.
in Pastel Tiza Tiza. I continue to not be able to pronounce things properly, and Sherry was calling me out in the Discord the other day. And then I went out literally that night and tried to order a cocktail, and I confidently pronounced it totally wrong.
That's fair.
So, yeah. Yeah, so sock, and then the new addition since the other day was I now have the toe of the second sock. Yay!
You're farther along that second sock than I am.
So that's what I'm working on today.
Whoops. All right.
Oh, and Sherry was saying for contrasting heels and toes and cuffs, etc. She said, I like where the heel is a different contrast color than the toe and the cuff,
That's always
which
cute
is
too.
always an option.
So out of some wonderful Indio yarn from the Baroccos. Look at that nice stormy sky coloring way.
Mm.
Doesn't that just look like the darkest part of a nasty storm cloud?
Oh, it does. I
It
hadn't thought
just
about that. I was thinking
promises
about like rocks and stuff.
promises thunder showers, promises you a good summer storm. Yeah, yeah. Out of this beautiful linen
Because I don't have that on
blend.
my head anymore.
I was just gonna say anything to see how long it took you to notice it's still there.
Until I looked at my various images. There's four of me right now. By the way, I can see four of me.
That's a lot of you all at
Yeah.
once.
So as soon as I look at one of them and go, "What's on my head?" Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
takes that long.
I've picked up and started making some progress on my Mellow cardigan, which is my Ostara Cal knit for our spring equinox knit along. I am making progress, and I have my garter bump bottom, and I'm just doing some stockinette back and forth till I get to the lace section of the shawl. Once I hit lace charts, it'll fly because I'm addicted to lace charts. It's like they're like colorwork charts. It's just one more row. I'll do one more row. I'll make a note of what row I'm on, and I'll stop. Never works.
Mm-hmm. And then suddenly it's
Never
3 hours
works.
later, and you need to go to bed.
And I need
And
to go to bed. So I am slowly but surely trying to make some progress on this. It lives on one of my very, very long, and I love it, Chow red lace quartz. This is 5 millimeter. I'm either 4 or 5 millimeter for gauge, probably a 5 millimeter. No, I went 4 because I wanted it a bit tight because the linen will relax. That's what I did with that.
mm.
Give me a second. I will remember. Do I make show notes? No. Do I do pattern notes? No. This is all just out of my head, guys.
The only reason I
Like
remember
a
stuff is because I write it
crazy
down. If I never write it
person.
down, it's a thought I never had.
It's a thought I never had. That's fair. That's fair. So I'm hoping to make some serious progress on that this month because I'd like to be working on the panels and sleeves in June, mostly because in June we only have 20 days.
What happened to the rest of June?
Well, that's because the summer solstice happens. And
Oh,
that's when we switch. We started in the
right.
middle of the month. We end in the middle of the month.
Right. I remember.
Mhm.
I remember how time works.
I'm glad. I'm very excited for you. Which means you have about a month, dear.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. Time to get cracking.
Uh, okay. So, when we recorded this on Sunday, I had worked on one or two rows. I think two
Okay,
rows before we
sure.
started recording. And I still have only worked on one or two rows. This is the Ursina. This is my Astera Cal. It's gonna be a cropped sweater. Thank goodness it's cropped. That's the only way this is getting done on time.
Mm-hmm. And worsted.
Anyway, yeah. It's a top down v neck. So it's kind of sort of something like that. That's not. No, it's mirrored. There we go. I'm trying to get it. There we go. It's kind of sort of like that. Disregard the rolling in the back. That's really hard to just yeah, it's
That'll go away once you pick up stitches and
yeah.
start. Yeah.
If I like actually just work on this, maybe I should do this during Critical Role tonight. Just actually just work on
Work
it.
on it. Yeah, that makes sense. You'll make a lot of
Um,
progress and you'll feel really good about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Stick a
Maybe
progress keeper in there.
yeah, I should do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is the Ursina out of Blue Sky Fibers, 100% cotton. I want to say
Yes,
in a colorway that I
organic.
don't remember, but it's blue,
Organic cotton.
very very pale blue.
It's very pretty. It's so lovely. It's so lovely.
It's
It's
so
very
soft.
you.
I cannot impress upon you how soft this is.
Well, finish
Tracy
it.
knows how soft it is because she was with me when I bought it.
I believe you. If you say it's soft, it's pretty freaking soft.
It's so soft. so soft.
Are you trying out for the Charmin toilet paper ads?
Maybe. But it's so soft. It's just soft. Anyway, I'm finding all kinds of inspiration to work on this like right now. Um, it just requires like a hint of concentration because on the right side rows there's one row where there's some shaping, and then on the alternating even side rows there's a lot of shaping, and so like
Okay,
you really have to pay attention to what row you're on so you're doing the shaping properly.
that's fair. That's fair.
And I haven't figured out the rhythm yet, probably because I haven't dedicated enough time to figuring out the rhythm yet. And at this rate, just as I figure out the rhythm, I will finish the neck and the rhythm will be different.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I thought so.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. I think that's legit.
Loud noises. Don't mind me. I'm waiting for me to like dump this on my light colored pants.
No, that's a bad idea. Don't do it.
I'm gonna try not to. I'd be very sad. I already got turmeric on my other light colored pants, so I had to order new
Mm.
pants because I can't get the turmeric stain out.
Oh, jeez. Couldn't even raise it with club soda?
I tried everything. It's in
Oh,
there.
gross. I hate it when that
Yeah.
happens.
So they're at home
Yeah,
pants now,
that's fair.
which is where I am
Well,
most of the time anyway. So it's
legit. My last three projects are the check-in knitting that I did with Louise last month and the goals for this month. So I added to the pile for this month. I decided that I needed to finish my freaking Wood Woes sweater. I need to get it done.
good
It's
goal.
bugging me. And I might have a car trip at the end of the month where I can just conveniently knit in the round for a couple of days, which will super duper help.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how that works, right? She
I'm
says
jealous.
questioningly.
I'm jealous of people getting to knit in cars. I'm always
Well,
the driver.
I can't drive. And if I could, I absolutely would take some of that
I
burden off
know.
people. But I wouldn't be a sighted person without a driver's license because I don't think that that's appropriate. Barring age. If you're under the age of driving, you shouldn't have a driver's license.
No.
But once you're old enough, if you choose not to have a driver's license, then you shouldn't be allowed to ride on anything other than public transport. Now, if you can't for a legitimate reason, that's a whole different story. But if you're choosing not to, it's just choosing to be lazy in my brain. So I don't buy it. I don't buy it. My Woodrow sweater, look at it. Look at it.
It's pretty. So pretty.
So pretty. But I have a sleeve. I have a finished sleeve.
Nice.
Finished sleeve. So I need to get the body done. Very, very slowly creep my way towards my hip bones on this because, oh man, I have some really long body frame parts. And this is wonderful, which is hilarious because I'm short in here in the yoke measurement, but I'm extra long in the body measurement. Bodies, they're unique.
They are indeed.
Indeed. So I am very, very slowly doing this. So this will be the last time you guys see this till the next check-in with Louise, which is the first Thursday of the month. Unless I somehow magically have it done in time for the Edmonton Fiber Frolic, in which case you'll see it there. Because I'll be wearing it. The plan is this long. That's okay. It's late on a weeknight. This long A-line sweater with long sleeves, and then an A-line chocolate brown suede skirt.
Oh, that'd be cute. That would be very cute.
And I've had the faux suede fabric for over 15 years, so I really should do something with it.
Should maybe do something with that, yeah.
Should do something with that. But seeing as I actually sew, and my sewing machine's in my apartment, it should be fun.
Yeah, I caught that shade. Thanks.
It wasn't subtle.
Okay, you know what? The person I lent it to is out of town right now, and I should be rifling through their house to go find the thing, because I don't know where it is right now.
When do they come back?
End of the month.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
wouldn't
I'm
have done
sure I could
anything with
ask
it
and I
anyway.
would be allowed to rifle through the house,
Oh, yeah,
but
but
it just feels weird.
I wouldn't be comfortable doing that either. So that's super fair. So that is the first check-in one that I have. So hope everybody got a good look. The yarn colorway is Northern Cardinal. It's the last of last year's Sock Club colorway from Fireweed Fiber Co., which you may have noticed if you follow her on Instagram. She has been releasing the Bird Sock Club colorways into her main line.
Oh, I've been seeing that and like, oh, that's such a pretty color. I want. Oh, wait,
Oh,
I
I
have.
have. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh.
Which has been a
Though,
very nice surprise.
friendly reminder for Diana,
Mm-hmm.
why haven't you ordered the Advent yet?
That's a great question.
She's pretty sure they're going to be non-repeatable colorways. And I have mine secured. Why haven't you ordered yours? Make a note in your
Yes.
note-taking app to do that, or you will be upset with yourself when you don't have one.
Very sure
And you
to,
know I'm
note
right.
taking it. To
And you
do.
know I'm right.
Order errands advent calendar. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
Because I'm a silly, foolish person.
Crazy pants. Crazy pants, guys. Crazy pants. I mean, we're obviously hardcore Erin fans. We obviously love her colors. That's why we order
Yeah,
stuff
we're
from her
just
all the time.
just like little fans, small, like
Smidge.
just
Just
like occasional.
tiny
Yeah,
amount.
yeah.
Hardly noticeable. Hardly
Mm-hmm.
noticeable. Mm-hmm.
Just disregard like this whole chunk of the shelf. Actually, no,
Two
sorry,
of my
it's
three projects are Erin yarn.
just this chunk. These bright colors. Just ignore all of those bright colors.
All things that are so in our wheelhouse. Yeah, okay, that's a thing. I had to bug you about that because I was like, uh oh. If you haven't, you're probably running out of time to pre-order, and you will be grumpy if you don't have it, and I do. There'll
I
be
do
a
apologize that I
little
keep
bit of
yawning. It's
oh,
approximately
it's so
6 hours after
tired.
my last cup of coffee, so I'll be fine
You're,
again in 20 minutes.
that's fair. You'll have a little bit of FOMO happening if you don't.
Yes.
Yeah,
Maybe. Should maybe do something about that.
should do something about that. All right, you're up next, Manira. I talked about a thing. It's your turn.
It's my turn. Okay. So the reason that I had to wear my Steinkrieger to convey that I was a knitter in 5 seconds or less was because
Mhm.
I was filming a silly crafting video for Hack Days at work because they were doing some like internal entertainment shows. Um, and so I did like a top down, hands really fast knit a thing. You're zooming.
I have so much sugar in my system right now.
So I made, focus on it, an olive rocket. If you're familiar with
God.
the rocket ship emoji,
Mm-hmm.
it's the rocket ship emoji with an olive for a body. Because reasons, which end in it's the favorite Slack emoji at work right now. And so I knit one
Why not?
and filmed the process for entertainment.
Oh, hey, listen. It sits with your cyborg dinosaur,
It does. I'm
and it
gonna
is
put it back now.
amazing. I'm so happy. So happy. I love that photo. I love that photo of the cyborg
Because
dinosaur
he
holding the
just
rocket.
fits.
But so good. Ah, so good.
It just fits. It's
Just
just he's got a toy now. My toy has a
the
toy.
toy. Oh no. Are you done
Yep.
running around? Have we reached lounge past the outing stage? You're just lying on the floor. You giving up on life?
It's too
Okay.
hard. Life's too hard.
Life's too hard.
Life is too hard. Oh
Yes.
no! There we go. Don't
You
fall.
couldn't make it the 10 steps to your cushion?
No.
No, it's too
Life's
many
too hard.
steps.
Yeah.
Too many steps. Okay. Guys, life's too hard for her. She had her wet food and ran around too much. Oh,
That's
kitten.
my fully finished object for the day. What is birds doing weird stuff outside? I don't know. I can hear them on the roof too. I don't know what they're on about.
It's springtime. They're doing bird things.
I guess. I don't even know what kind of bird it is. It's probably crows. Probably crows doing crow things on the roof.
That's fair. Oh, man. I was talking with a buddy, and he was getting a cup of coffee. So he's walking across the parking lot, and two geese have decided to nest just on the one end of the parking lot, right? Where you get bushes and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess they were having a one-on-one match with some crows.
Ooh, okay.
It's like bird battle royale going on. It's like
Ooh.
at least he's like, at least the geese isn't coming after me today because I guess it's a little aggressive because they're nesting. He
Mm-hmm.
likes to do all the aggressive geese things, which you avoid geese, period, and especially when they're nesting because they are crotchety birds. Crotchety birds.
They seem to be more chill out here, I've noticed.
Ones in Manitoba have a mean streak.
They really do, but like the ones out here, they're crotchety, but they're less aggressive. Like notably so.
So they're just content to stand at their nests and say, "Get off my lawn."
Well, I haven't seen one with a nest, but like in Manitoba, I remember like walking and there's like one next to the sidewalk and like you pretty much just have to cross the street because they're gonna mess you up if you get too close.
Springtime U of M, they were
Yeah,
a legitimate excuse if you were late for class. You'd be let in if it was during the season when the geese were around because they would literally stop in the doors and people would be stuck getting in and out
yeah,
of buildings.
yeah.
They're mean,
Anyway,
angry birds here.
but the ones out here, they're a lot more chill about it.
Oh, that's gotta be nice. Not here. They're still angry here.
Ooh, yep, that's a crow. I can see his tail. I don't know what he's
Guys, this is
doing,
the stuff I cut out.
but he's doing it. I can hear it doing something. I don't know what it's doing.
You know what it's doing? Being a bird, I'd imagine.
Okay, well, I want to know what the bird things are. What are the bird things that he's doing? I want to
It's
know.
because you're a squirrel.
I am. I want to know what the squirrels are doing too.
That's fair. All right. In my definitely not the opera bag, which is a no longer being recorded CBC program. Many long-time listeners and watchers will know I'm a huge CBC fan.
Just a
I'm a
small one.
huge. I'm. It's
Just
massive.
little
It's not. It's not.
occasionally mentioned.
It's not even. I'm a massive CBC fan, guys. I listen to it all the time. I don't skip a CBC often, and I am skipping my usual 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. CBC listening for you people. Because there's the world this hour from 6 to 6:30, and then there's As It Happens from 6:30 to 7, and I really 7:30, and I enjoy those programs a lot. And the world this hour is world news, not
Just,
Canada specific news.
you sound like you're 90 years old. I gotta watch or I gotta listen to my radio program.
Listen. Dated a man for 4.5 years. You'd swear had a black and white television and ate liver and onions usually. And you married his brother, so you know it's an accurate statement. He does neither of these things, but you'd swear. It's fine. I'm okay with it. You like doilies. I'm not taking any shade from you.
It's because I like them doesn't mean I have them.
That problem will remedy itself one day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sure it will.
yeah, that'll remedy itself
Suddenly I
one
start
day.
getting gifted doilies. Chris comes home
Well,
and is like, "What's going on here? Why are there these like little
should,
doilies on every surface? Where did you get 50 doilies? I was only gone for 2 hours."
I
The
got a present
mail
in the mail.
came.
Okay. You shouldn't have put that out in the universe.
I should not have. No, I'm aware of my mistake.
Oh, I'm sure where. That's the important part. I look forward to the doily parade. Until then, for the check-in with Louise, one of the big projects I had for last month was finishing my large sweater. So the large sweater was a bottom. It's a pattern that still exists. Is a bottom up turtleneck, high low rise hemline pullover. And I weren't you just lounging like 30 seconds ago and the world was too much for you?
Just having fun, whatever it is.
I think she found a catnip toy.
Oh,
That would explain our current level of enthusiasm for existence. So I was making it out of some impeccable tweed in black, beautiful black 20 tweed. I pulled it out after recording with Louise. I stuck it on the coffee table and I thought about it for about 24 hours. And then I decided I didn't want to pull over anymore out of that yarn. So I proceeded to rip it out and knit a whole other sweater with it in the background, quietly, last month, with all the other knitting I did.
I don't know where you find all this time. Like,
I
I
am
swear you've got like
always
30
knitting.
extra hours in a week than I
I
do.
don't. I don't.
It seems like you do.
But that's fair. But we have to also take a look. Like, I never leave the house without knitting. I'm never not knitting. Like, if I'm awake, unless I am cooking or in the bathtub or cleaning, I'm knitting and
Okay.
farming.
Well, that's maybe where your extra 30 hours comes from then.
Because I gotta wait 15 minutes for my soup to finish. I'm working on a couple of rows of a sweater. I'm packing up and doing things, and I'm going for doctor's appointments. I know I'm going to be on the bus. I've taken my sock with me. I've taken something with me to work on in the office because I know I'll be waiting. I get ready for people, and sometimes people are running late. There's a spare 10, 15 minutes while I'm waiting for whoever's picking me up to come pick me up. I do a couple rows there. I sit down for the morning after I had my breakfast, and I got 10, 15 minutes post breakfast before you do anything. I'm working on a couple rows there while I'm listening to the news or a podcast or an audiobook. Like, that's how I do it. Just small chippets all the time. I watch Critical Role pretty religiously every week. There's a solid 3 hours most
Oh, that's
weeks.
been like 4 to 5 hours recently.
Yeah, where I can just have a podcast going. I knit. You can get a lot done if you're just knitting while you're watching somebody do things.
I think that's also my problem is I tend to be less focused. A couple of rows and then fall down a TikTok hole and then a couple of rows and decide I need to make a reel and then a couple of rows and oh hey look it's been like an hour and a half and I should really go do something.
Nope. I was making progress on another shapely boyfriend cardigan. Look at this. Shapely boyfriend. Look at
I
it.
do love the tweed.
I'm so, sirens. So excited. So I ripped out the old sweater, and other than sleeves, I'm done a whole new sweater, including the neckband. It's already finished. So I
Just
just have sleeves left.
just that's I just
I even have pockets already
I
knit.
guess I guess I did a bulky sweater in 3.5 weeks. But
It's doable. It's
and I guess
doable.
that's just
You've
the
proven it.
body in 1 month. But
Yep,
that's just
doable.
it's just most of a sweater all of a sudden.
Now, I did decide, and I was telling Diana when we recorded, and I'll let you guys know now. This is a non-button button band on
The
this neckband.
unbutton band.
The unbutton. You're right, because I started singing the Alice in Wonderland birthday song. Uh, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew on the toggle buttons because these need some kind of woodsy tanny colored beige toggle buttons
Yes.
to complete the full-on librarian-esque professor look that this tweet is definitely vibing. So it's a really good thing that I didn't have time to work on secret projects till today because I would have made progress on this. And then people who watched the live for Thursday would have known that I had made progress on it. However, I certainly have not. So it's super secret again. And hanging off my back of my chair, because that's where it should go. Am I super stoked to get it done? I am. Also, Stash Dash starts at the end of this month. So
Ooh. Just gonna hold off on those last few stitches on a few things so they count.
ideally, I'm at like the last cuff on a couple of projects, right? So like the last cuff of the Woodwows and the last cuff of the Shapely Boyfriend cardigan, because then they're done, and I have all that yardage for day one.
Nice. That almost feels like cheating.
It isn't
It's
even
not. I
remotely
know. I
cheating.
understand how
So
Stash Dash works.
super stoked. It feels good because then you just feel really good, and then you're like, I can get the things done. It's a great way to start if you can. Obviously, if you can't, that's also okay. So good.
I'm awake. I'm awake. This is why we don't do this at night. Usually.
No, this is one of the very good reasons why we don't normally do this at night.
Nikki was saying that she's the same way about the knitting at all times. I even plan ahead, like now I'm turning the heel on a sock, so tomorrow while I'm waiting for my ultrasound, I can just knit in the round.
Yeah.
Good planning.
Mm-hmm.
I have not been that good at planning.
2 weeks before the Edmonton Fiber Festival, I'm already starting to think about where I need projects to be, to have card knitting, to have post-festival knitting, crocheting. I'm already contemplating what I need to have where to make it work.
I have not been planning my knits that much.
It helps if you're like, I'm not a monogamous knitter. I'm very much a when I'm in the mood knitter. So having those options set up and ready to go just is less stressful for me.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Which I mean isn't for everybody.
Awake, I'm so awake. Okay, I think I have one thing left.
Stop yawning.
I'm
I'm not
sorry.
even remotely tired, but I'm sympathy yawning.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I will be past this in about 10 more minutes. I just
I
gotta power
know.
through.
Uh,
Okay. So I believe when we recorded this, I was still crocheting the last piece of my funfetti bomber.
you were. You had to redo your sleeve.
I did. I had to redo the second sleeve because I got halfway through and realized I was using the wrong size hook, and the sleeve was noticeably smaller than the first sleeve. So I had to rip it out back to the cuff and redo it with the right size hook. But I did that, and I have this much left of my second ball of yarn, which is perfect for seaming.
It is.
Yeah, we've got a front, and we've got a sleeve, and we've got, what is this? We've got a back. No, get there. Oh no. Oh no, I dropped my headphone. I'll pick that up later. That's a front. Okay. And we've got, no, that's also a sleeve. And
I'm gonna lean back and watch this happen.
okay. We've got front and front. Well, I can't lay it all out and show everybody, can I? I have to, like, kind of put it on. And there's a sleeve, and god damn it, there's a sleeve. Anyway, I have all the pieces, is where I'm going with this. And I just have to seam it together and do the unbutton band / collar, and then it's done.
Yes. Totally doable.
And I feel like I'm in a blanket right now and it's way too warm for this. It is 28 freaking degrees, or it was last time I checked a couple hours ago.
I thought you were just sort of layering up layering up your leathers for your post-apocalyptic dinosaur movie you were going to be in.
That's all the pieces. That's all the pieces. Anyway,
Okay.
so I have a whole sweater worth of pieces and
Mm-hmm.
enough yarn to seam it, and then I have a whole other ball because I'm gonna have to crack into it just a little bit to do the collar band button band thing. But then I'll have most of a ball of, oh, this is done out of Karen Chunky Cakes in
Mm-hmm.
Dulce de Leche,
Mm-hmm.
as I learn how to pronounce things.
You're going to end up using more of that ball than you think you are.
Probably. So I'm gonna have, but I'm still gonna
But
have most of a ball.
you'll have most of a ball.
I'll have most of a ball. So
And you
it'll
know what?
become
That's
something.
it'll become a Jumanumano house
Ooh, yes.
to go with your Jumanumanoos.
Yes, the moment. Oh, you're making me do it now. The little jelly guys from Stardew Valley.
The forest spirits of the forest.
Yes, some of those out of the purple, and then a house for them out of the grays and creams and whatever. Where's that?
Yep.
Oh, wow, I got way back there.
Okay.
This is... Okay, well, that was my last thing, so why don't you go while I,
In my last CBC bag, this one's a retro CBC label bag. I have the last thing from the check-in that I didn't work on last month, but it is in my check-in for this month, and that is my Sweet Dreams Karen cake yarn in the big balls, in cotton cakes. Cotton cakes there. It is beautiful muted colorway. I have two big balls of it, so I decided to make a weekend love tunic, and then felt like I needed sort of a boost to work on it. So I stuck it on the secret knitting pile because for some reason, if it's secret knitting, I want to work on things and not just cast on news. So here we go. That's what I'm doing. So this is my front panel that I'm working on right now. It is a free pattern that you can find on Ravelry. It's just a simple 2-row repeat. I just need to finish making my front panel. So it is a drapey 80s style, almost off the shoulder, baggy, over tunic layer top that you wear with a tank top underneath in the summertime, which I'm doing. I did a little bit of adjustment because this is worsted weight yarn and the pattern calls for DK. So I did a little gauge swatch and then I did a little bit of math. Then I cast it on. I have so many rows. I need 40 windows. I have like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7. I need 40. So I need 33 more.
it's gonna take a while. It's gonna
Then I
look
have
so
to
good
do it
when it's
again.
done, though.
It's going to look so
Like,
nice and drapey and fun. Yeah, I'm super excited.
I'm a little
Super
tempted to
excited.
make one, not gonna lie.
I fully endorse it because it's been a nice, relaxing 2-row repeat. Like you can really get into the groove of the pattern. So that's good. So there we go. That is all the stuff I either have worked on or will be working on. I've shown you and now can go away into secret piles. Well, except for the mallow cardigan and the sock. That stuff's going to crop back up week to week because I'm actively working on those.
I suppose that's all of the woolly working, so it's time for wool gathering.
It is.
Am I doing the Patreon ad with the same word,
Yes.
already knowing how I'm going to work it in, and that feels slightly like cheating?
Well, yes, but no.
Okay.
Guys, I can confirm she was this smooth the first time with it.
I recall
That
it
and
being.
I only have one additional word left. So until I get
Oh,
more sample words.
okay. Okay. So I believe this week's word was pom pom, if I remember correctly.
It is, yes.
Um, Give me 1 second to remember how I worked it in before. Yes, okay, I think I remember. That's not good. That's not a good sign that I don't remember the words that come out of my face. Is this why I find myself legitimately hilarious when I watch us back to do the chapters?
Probably. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I literally don't remember. Like,
You
oh,
don't
who's this
remember?
clever person on the screen? She's so funny.
I mean, I don't forget, but by the time it gets to you, I've watched it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I don't doubt. All right. If for some reason you want to financially support these shenanigans, you may do so at patreon.com/northernknitspodcast. Any level of support will get you access to our Discord server, where we are active at all hours of the day and the night, providing a jubilee of enablement, if you will, and virtual pom poms when we finish things. Yay! Well, they're not verbal, aren't they? They're in text. They're conversational pom poms. We will cheer for you when you finish things. Is what I'm
You
trying to get at.
you managed to get 2 of the 3 words you've had in there. Good job.
I can't do the other one because I literally don't remember what it was.
Narnia.
Narnia? Oh yeah. Nope, it's not happening. Okay.
Nope.
Um, being a Patreon member will also get you early access to bonus content. We do weekly Experimental Tuesday blog posts. If we weren't doing this tonight, I was going to be doing my Experimental Tuesday, so I'm not quite sure when that's going to happen now. It'll happen. Um, what else am I forgetting? Oh, we have movie days for all our patrons now. We're quarterly movie days. That one's coming up this Saturday, so just in a couple of days
Yes. Yeah.
at noon Manitoba time, and I believe we're watching Blade.
As far as I recall, I guess.
I believe I need to figure out, or one of us needs to figure out on what platform we're watching that.
Already figured it out. Don't worry. We're
Oh,
good.
perfect. We're covered. Okay, good.
There's no point in
And
telling you till Friday because it's not necessary information.
true. Um, oh, and then higher tiers of support. We do a monthly e-knitting. The next
Mhm.
one of those is going to be on Saturday, May the 21st, also at noon Manitoba time.
Okay.
Yeah, 21st. That's not this Saturday, but the next Saturday. Is it bad when I forget the words that just came out of my face like 2 seconds after they came out of my face?
A good sign.
That's not a
It's not
good
a good. It's
sign.
not a
It's
good
not a
sign.
great. It's not a good look.
Uh, it's something.
Hey, wow, I'm so funny. That thing I said 10 seconds ago. Wow, that was so clever. Um,
And now everybody knows why all of our thumbnails are you making an odd face and me laughing at you.
it's me very nearly not managing to hold whatever strange expression while I try to find the keyboard shortcut to take a screenshot without looking at the keyboard.
Oh gosh. Oh, so good.
I have fun. I don't know if anybody else does, but I do.
I mean, I have fun, obviously. Oh my goodness. As always, we super understand that budgets are a real life thing. If you can't financially support us, liking, commenting, and subscribing down below is a super huge help. You can also always reach out to us on other social media platforms. We would love to talk with you, see your photos, and share what you guys have been working on as well. Don't forget to tag us so we know you're talking to us. We're not psychic.
Sadly, not.
And we believe in branding, so we are Northern Knits Podcast everywhere we are.
Absolutely everywhere.
Everywhere we are. So that's the thing. We have a permanent discount code with Aaron of Fireweed Fiber Co. It is I forget, Northern Knits 10.
Northern Knits 10, Northern Knits 10.
Uh, that'll save you 10% off your orders, which hey, save money. Good plan. Good plan. So with that going on, we can talk about cows. Yeah.
Cows. We finished a cow.
We did. And we drew prizes. You have notes for it.
Yeah, it's a darn good thing I took notes.
Mhm. I can no longer show you the prize yard. Erin picked it up today. So she has it again in her hands to put in the mail because we don't want to let me mail things. And before we announce the winners, we love you. I, for the love of all that is holy in Antarctica, please just email me your address if you are a winner. I will lose it if it goes on another platform. I will not be able to find it. I won't know where to go, and I'll get mad because I've forgotten. Please just email. It's northernnitspodcast at gmail.com. That way we can track it. We can put you in a folder, and then I don't have to ask you again if you win again later on. I'll remember that you've won something, and I'll be like, it'll be in the winner folder. We already have their address. Super
So
bonus.
organized.
I'm really trying to get to that way because it is going to get unmanageable if we don't start corralling these things. Because you and I have a lot on our plate as a regular humans, and then we have this too. So we have four winners. We had two skeins of yarn, we had a bag from the wonderful Tracy, and we had a e-pattern and 6-month Discord pass to give away. We comboed the last two.
Yep.
Ta-da!
Okay.
Diana has all the names though.
Yeah, so randomly drawn.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Rachel Berry with a Facebook entry has won the skein of yarn Vineyard at Nighttime. That was a purple speckly one.
Mm-hmm.
Asa, I don't want to butcher your last name because I actually don't know how to pronounce it, but moderator Asa from Instagram has won Tracy's beautiful bag.
She has. Tracy may actually already have Asa's address.
Uh, Nikki Knits from Facebook has won yarn,
Elf hat.
the elf hat yarn. That was the green one.
Mm-hmm.
And Jess Lee Satkowski, I'm so sorry if I said that wrong, from Facebook, has won pattern and 6 months on Discord.
Jess, the bonus is we just need an email from you and let me know when you've updated your wish list patterns on Ravelry and your Ravelry name so I can go in and randomly pick a pattern to gift you. That's how that
Cool.
works. So,
We've given away some prizes.
done and done. Prizes will be on their way as it goes. So, bonus. Super exciting. On the bright side, it means we can just focus on the Austerical right now, which is great. All of the rules and regulations and some amazing inspirational links can be found on the northernknits.com webpage. Simply because me and Diana finally got smart after 5 years and we're posting it there now.
Write all the rules once. I don't have to copy and paste them every week. I can just go like, rules are here. We're doing a thing.
I don't have to say them every week. It's great. So good. Gotta save us a couple minutes at least. So, with having that being said, you have until the 20th of June to get your stuff in. We're going to stick strictly to that date because obviously the next day we start the summer solstice cal, which will be different. It'll be summer themed. That's about the
Don't know
only
what I'm making
difference.
for that. I should maybe start thinking about it.
That's my brain started going, oh, that is another thing I should start contemplating right away.
Thinking, planning. I mean, you're going to a fiber festival
I'm going to a fire festival. Now would be the time
with
to
an
plan.
indie dyer.
Time to plan is now. The time
Yes.
to plan is now. So I gotta make some plans. I get some inspiration links. Stuff has got to happen, you guys. All right. So, keeping that in mind, all of our entries have to be on Facebook or Instagram, and they have to use the hashtag Austerical. Diana has it spelled out for everybody in the show notes, which is great. Means the spelling is always there for people, which is a bonus. And so much counts for the spring cal. Go to town. And as far as we're concerned, it's finished the moment it's off the needles. We don't care if the ends are woven in. We don't care if it needs buttons. We don't care if it needs to be washed and blocked. Or, if you want to sew in the sewn in, knitted with love hand tags. The moment it's off the needles, it's done.
Perfect. Our kind of knit
The,
along.
our kind of middle along the finish aspects to it. We have faith that you're going to finish the garment or socks or shawl or stuffed velociraptor. You'll get it done.
Hey, if I do a Velociraptor in summer colors, does that count?
Yes. We told you dinosaurs, unicorns, and dragons are eternal. They count for everything.
Perfect. I don't know if that's what I'm doing. It just crossed my mind.
That raises a really good point because I have that beautiful emerald jade colorway that would make an
Mm.
amazing crochet dragon. I could do crochet dragon for
Ooh.
the summer cal.
Ooh.
What you should do is make me some Drumunuminuminos.
I could do that. I could just make some
Yes.
Junimos? I don't even know if I'm right anymore. I'm second guessing myself. The Stardew
I
Valley jelly
win,
beans.
Zor. I win, Zor. They're little bouncing happy forest spirits, and they're different colors. And they have huts that they live in.
I could probably make some of those. Nikki's asking, what if my socks have spring green stripes? Does that count?
Yes.
There you go.
The only thing that
It's
isn't
pretty
going to
loose.
count is baby things. That's it. Toys count because, as far as I'm concerned, toys are like dinosaurs. They're eternal. Everybody likes toys. Toys count. Bags count. Pillows count. Shawls count. Sweaters count. Socks count. It counts. It counts.
Excellent. Basically everything counts.
Basically, everything counts. Yeah. I probably won't count a bookmark. I'll probably say no.
What if it's did out of thread in an epic colorwork pattern?
That might get an okay if it's like a crochet thread or like lace at its epic color work and it's for like a giant book you would see on a wizard's
I do have some of those
pedestal.
books.
Some of us have some of those books, but otherwise, probably not. Probably not. But if you can justify it, I usually say yes.
Excellent.
Usually. All right. I'm glad you returned. You still don't need more food. I fed you before we started. I think that's everything for our wool gathering. Oh, we will be double live this month.
Yes.
Once at the end of the month. So the last
What's the
Sunday of the
date on
month.
that? The last Sunday of the month is the 29th of May.
And the first Sunday of the month because my cat is sitting on my yarn. How did that even? Okay. I need to fix this while Diana tells you guys about the lives.
Oh, I'm saying things about lives. Okay. Well, I mean, they're like this. They're here on YouTube, and they're on Sundays normally at noon Manitoba time, not randomly on a Thursday night. I don't think
Except
we've
for the
ever done
case,
randomly on a Thursday night.
no, except for the case of the one on the last Sunday of the month because I'm literally driving from, well, I'm not driving. I am in the car from Edmonton to Saskatoon. So it will be Sunday evening on the last Sunday of the month.
Oh, there we go. Okay. You heard it here first. Sunday
Uh,
evening on the last Sunday of the month.
I
We'll
will
get
literally be on the
better
road.
times for that closer to, and I'll actually put up like an event on YouTube so that you can click the little bell and get a reminder when we actually go live. We'll do all the things. We'll do the things properly and have proper dates and times.
Guys, I just need to sit down and do the time zone math. Mommy doesn't want you sitting on her yarn.
But it's so fun to sit on yarn. It's so cozy.
Because then you roll and you get stuck in it. And then I get the pathetic, Mommy, I'm stuck cry.
And then I suppose you're live next Thursday with Louise from on her channel, Wildflower Wool.
Mm-hmm. Literally a week today.
Yep.
We'll be
Almost
doing
exactly like
mid-month,
half an hour off.
give or take, yeah. We'll be doing mid-month motivation. Mid-month motivation.
Mid-month motivation.
Hello,
Cat.
Buck.
Cat.
Hello, Buck. There you go. So I'll be chatting. This is awkward to do, by the way, with a cat in your lap,
Yeah, I bet.
but we got there. Mid-month motivation. So I think we're chatting about gauge garment sizing and making things work so that you can have a garment that fits every time.
Nice.
Excuse me while I evil overlord pet my cat.
I'll just be over here trying not to drop stitches.
Works for me. So that'll be it for wool gathering.
Okay. Then we are on to literature. I have two more books beyond the two that I had on Sunday.
You don't need both hands petting you at the same time.
But you have two spare hands.
What was it? It was ages ago that I saw the Instagram reel with a cat looking at the camera, and it's the cat to inform you that the cat has discovered that the humans have two hands for petting, but they are sadistic overlords and only use one.
How dare we?
Like, that sounds legit. No, you don't need both hands petting you. Guys, things and books. I still have I got one book I read and one book I've started.
All right, let's have the books. What books?
So I started and finished the first in the Locked Tomb series, which was Gideon the Ninth by an author whose name I don't remember.
Tamsin Muir.
Excellent.
I wrote it down.
I highly recommended it, and I'm still going to highly recommend it. Keeping in mind, no, I need to use my phone. Requires a hand. Requires a hand. Schmoozer. Schmoozer. Anyway, as I was saying, it involves anatomical descriptions because it involves necromancers. So, if discussions of rising skeletons from bones or death bothers you in a science fiction murder whodunit mystery setting, not the book for you. However, if fluffy action murder whodunit mystery solving necromancer book appeals to you, super enjoyable. You'll like it a lot.
Sounds very my speed.
Super, super delightful, super kind of fluffy. It was a good palate cleanser because you don't have to continue with the series if you don't want to. I mean, I've put the second book on hold through the Libby app, and I'm going to keep going with the series. But it was just, yeah, they used regular old swear words. It wasn't an overly complicated plot. It was a little over the top on the character development, but it nailed the sort of mystery necromancer aspect because you find people tend to sort of gloss over that part. It can be a little gross. It can be, I don't need to pet you. It can be a little gross. But this one didn't. This one assumed you understood that necromancy was involved. So we're going to be discussing blood, bones, and death.
I have to count stitches. I'll put it down.
So I did recommend it to Diana for a reason because it's beautiful. Stop. You're not helping. You're not helping. I'm trying to type.
The needy, needy cat. Oh my.
And I don't need to pet you. God, I need to look up this book.
You just look so offended.
Because it's a part of a series. And I need the author name. And I started it 2 days ago. Ma'am. This is what interrupts my knitting. This is what interrupts my knitting. All right, so I've started reading The Ruin of Kings, which is a Chorus of Dragons #1 series by Jen Lyons. Lyons. How many books? How many pages is this one? Oh, this one's even bigger than the last one. It's like 560 pages. I've just started. I'm only a couple hours in. So far, I'm enjoying it. What I'm enjoying about it is the structure of the narration. So I'm obviously listening. So I'm not sure how it's structured in the physical book, but in the audible book, each character has its own voice, but you're getting it piecemeal. So it starts with an introduction from the investigator, and then you have like the memory stone memories of one of the primary characters and secondary character, and then like the person they interacted with here, and then they back up the story a little bit to explain this part. So it reads a lot more like a um, historical investigation dive into a past event. So it's like a you're a beat cop
Interesting.
and you're collecting notes to figure out what's going on, and you're sort of reading it after the fact. So it's very jarring because it's different than normal. Usually, because you usually get it from first point perspective. This is definitely third point perspective, and it's really interesting to have those interruptions. It's like the main character will be describing something, that all of a sudden the voice changes because it's the inspector, gets the person who handed in the notes and all the details and stuff going. Clearly they're uneducated because nobody believes this silly superstitious nonsense, or like read this book as relates to this and this and this. So it reads a lot more like a historical reference documentation. So it's like, here's my thesis and here's my pieces, and then my footnotes are crammed in there too.
Nice.
So I like it. I'm enjoying it so far. Will I like it in the end? I don't know. I'm not there yet. We're still making our I'm not gonna say it. We're still Diana's waiting.
I am.
We're still in the first third of the book, so there's not enough character progression yet for me to know whether or not I'm attached to the character. Right now, I think it's amusing. I think it's quite funny. Will it remain funny and amusing and like interesting to me? I don't know. We'll find out. I had to change how my legs were crossed because you were falling off. So that is what I've been reading. And
All right.
hopefully the locked tomb book number 2 doesn't take too long to get to me because I'm very interested to continue that story.
I put it
Yeah.
on my to read list and I didn't go and like put the book on hold on the Libby app. I don't know where my brain was at on Sunday. Okay. So, as of
Today.
well, no, as of I'm thinking. Wait, Kith and Kin. When did I finish that? So last episode,
Yes.
I had just a little bit
Like
left.
an hour or something left.
Yes, so I finished Kith and Kin, which is the
Mm-hmm.
Critical Role Vex and
And Vax.
Vax prequel.
Mm-hmm.
Prequel for Vox Machina. There's
Mm-hmm.
too many vowels going on here. Anyway, it was cute. I liked it.
It's a good
I
action adventure.
yeah, I don't need to like hardcore recommend it to anybody, but like it's cute. If you're into the Critical Role universe, it's a fun extra little tidbit.
It's a solid 3.
Yes,
It's just a
it's
good read.
it was fun.
Yeah.
And then I got A Court of Wings and Ruin because I'd had it on the Ravelry
Yeah.
app and I didn't finish it because my parents were in town, and then so I went and bought it on Audible and I finished it. And I think I maybe wasn't quite done when we recorded on Sunday, but I'm done now.
You were shy of the last big wrap up.
Yeah, so the last big thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's done. It's concluded. I could go.
Yeah.
I
Breathe.
can relax now.
Breathe.
Except now I still really want to go back and reread the
Mm-hmm.
first book in the series just to see. I want to see the foreshadowing now for what it is.
Yeah, because you meet the real love interest in book 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 So I want to know now. I want to know.
It changes how you read the book, which is why I couldn't tell you anything, because it changes how you read the book.
I really want to know now that I know
Yeah.
how everything goes. I want to go back and reread it again. So I'm going to reread this series at some point.
I have a couple of times, so
So
I'm not going to tell you now.
I'm giving the series a solid 4.
Ooh,
Like I'm not going to
nice.
recommend it to like absolutely not absolutely everybody needs to read this book, but if you like fantasy, you probably will like this book. It's got all of the fantasy bits and romance.
Yeah. Good guys, bad guys, good versus evil, fae, magic,
It's got some gray
monsters.
areas. It's not like black and white, good and evil. There's some like a little bit of gray area. There's some side switching.
Yeah.
There's betrayal.
There's real
It's
character growth, which you don't get in a lot of adult books.
yes,
A lot of adult
people are
fiction
broken
lacks
and trying to
that.
fix themselves. I
Yeah.
appreciated that because, like, the stuff that people go through in these high fantasy action adventure novels, like, you would have some trauma from that. And in this one, they do. And I
Just,
appreciate it.
it's nice to see it. So no, it's very good. Did you put the Throne of Glass book on hold?
That is also a great question. I don't know.
Glad I
It's definitely
asked
on mine
it.
to read. I'm not sure if it's on hold.
Because that's another. Well, that one's gonna take you a while because there's like 7 books in that series.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I recommend getting started
Yeah.
because that's another one I
So
think you're going to enjoy a lot.
probably.
Yeah.
So Sarah J. Maas fan here.
I mean, I am too. Do I think she needs all the hype she gets? No. Does she deserve a fair chunk of it? Yes. She
Yeah.
writes a good yarn. Is that going to be
Yeah.
for everybody? Heavens no, guys. Nobody, no one author writes for everybody and everybody loves them. Everybody's going to have their own personal views on it. Why am I a person that you climb up on to clean yourself? Do I look like a bathing station?
You are a trusted human. You are chosen.
I am. It's by just right of being the only human.
Um,
Oh, super good.
so when I finished, I had finished all my audiobooks, so I need a new audiobook. So I'm
Mm-hmm,
like, hey,
mm-hmm.
maybe I should pick up next month's book club book.
Ooh, that makes sense.
So I started listening to. It is called. Sorry, I didn't write this in the show notes because I didn't think of that. A Little Hatred by Joe Abercrombie. I'm on like chapter 3,
Okay.
so
F? It's chapter 3.
it starts with blood and guts and poop. So
Cool.
we're off to an action adventure. That's about all I can tell you so far.
That's fair. I
It's
think that's
fantasy,
totally fair.
and there's probably some kind of magic.
Okay, okay, that's fair.
That's about all I can say.
That's all you got?
And then literally this afternoon, my hold
Mm.
came up finally on A Murder on Astor Place, the first book in the Gaslight mystery series, because I read
You
book
had to,
3 and then
had to start.
2 and then 1 finally came up, so I started reading that today while I was making dinner.
Super fair. Super fair. I had to return a book on the levy because the first book still had like the weeks for a loan for it hadn't decreased any.
Oof.
So technically now if I get the second book before the first book, I have 2 weeks where I'll have the first book before the second book goes back. So I might have to like power 2 large books in 2 weeks, which is super doable for me. But I'm hoping that first book comes up on hold
Mm-hmm.
sooner than the second one, even if it's only by like 24 hours. Something,
Yeah.
anything. So we shall see. I'm hoping. I gotta put more stuff on the Libby app. I have less than 30 books on hold. I feel like I need to correct that problem. Time to put more books on hold.
Less books on. Man, I was stressing out because I have over 10.
It's hard because a lot of
Yeah,
the books
I
I
have to add some
want
more.
are just.
I have to write down the ones. So
It's a
otherwise, I'm
thing.
going to forget these. I'm going to put up show notes. I know we normally don't do show notes for live episodes, but I'd already
That's
done the show
done them.
notes
Yeah.
when we recorded this the first time, so there's going to be show
Yeah.
notes for this one.
Yeah.
I'm
That
not going to do
makes.
chapter markers, though, because they're a little bit wishy-washy when we're live.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. It's a little out there. Chat's doing okay?
Yeah, it's pretty quiet this evening because people have to go
Well,
off
it's
for dinner and
late.
things. Yeah.
Stuff happens. And that's totally okay. It means I can do an outro.
It does indeed. We are good to go, and Mr. Diana should be
And
home very shortly from his very long day at work, and
excellent.
I'm gonna have to do wife things because
That's super fair.
he's gonna be grouchy, and rightly so.
Well, when you texted it several more hours.
Yeah, it has been several
That's
more
more
hours,
hours. Yeah,
so
that's legit. In
yeah.
which case, I will say until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't
Don't
forget to
forget to
knit.
knit.
You need to get up now. I'm going to go make dinner. Don't tail twitch at me.